Hello and welcome to this energetic, intuitive healing session. My name is Bree and I will be our conduit today, the vessel for which the divine will transmit this message and healing through. I'm setting the clear and firm intention that this will serve the highest and best good of all involved, that only messages of unconditional love, of truth, of divine guidance will come through. Allow yourself to settle deeply into your body, noticing the parts of your body that are grounded, the parts of your body that are in need of grounding. Using the breath to coat all the places and spaces within yourself. Allowing divine white light to come into all of the spaces of all of the beautiful souls consuming this energetic integration in our field. We are now entering the temple of Akashic records for planet Earth. Each of us will experience this uniquely. I am experiencing this very much as I experience the Akashic records, a hall of information, tall bookshelves on the left and right, a ceiling that is open to the stars. You will experience this in your unique way. Now I am witnessing as the keepers of the records are gathering pertinent information for us to have here. All of us here in this co-creative space. The first book is being presented, and I'm going to allow the Council of Light to transmit on this. We are presenting the Book of Polarity. We bring this up at this time because your planet will be undergoing a polar shift in the year 2029. Many of you are aware of this and feeling as your planet undergoes this change within your physical body. The poles have already begun their process, meaning the shift isn't an occurrence that will occur in a moment's time, you see. This is a long process. Many of you are familiar with the cicadas that takes 17 years to come about above the surface. And this is very similar with planet Earth. In 2012, this shift began. And it takes 17 years for the full fruition and the surface to be met, you see. It starts at the center. Bree does not understand what we are saying, but we know many of you will. Now we are presenting the next book in this series of Akashic access points for Earth. The Book of Compassion, which is very much interlinked with the lineage of the rose and the winged ones and brothers of light that have been overseeing these sorts of shifts on your planet since its birth. We are scanning all of you to find the words to transmit this message. And we're sensing that the word we can use here is prophecy, because there have been seers on your planet all along, knowing what would occur, knowing when what would occur. And the ancient ones, of which Bree was present, laid down specific templates and resources for each shift that would occur along Earth's ascension. What we are downloading for you now is energetic. Bree is experiencing this as pink light and ultraviolet light. But we ask you to scan within yourself as to how you experience this book of information. We now present the next book, the Book of Disclosure, the Book of Remembrance to your multidimensional nature. Calibrating your fields to receive. Bree had asked to be left out of this portion because of my feelings and understandings around beings from other planets. I did not want the message to be biased. However, the guides came in and informed me that the keepers of the records are not on Earth. They're able to reach Earth. But what they showed me was that because I'm a human living on Earth, it would be best for me to receive the information they're presenting and then share what I experience. Before I do that, what I would like you to do is, beyond the words of what I'm sharing, of my experience of what they're presenting, I'd like you to close your eyes, if you're not already, and go within to see what you see, to experience what you experience, to receive the encoded message the way you specifically do, you uniquely do. Because since I will be sharing from the records, but through my own human lenses, I want to ensure you receive what you are meant to receive. All right, we're going to go back in for this last book. Settle in. All right. So what they're showing me about disclosure and about multidimensional consciousness is that the original design of the planet, of Mama Gaia, was to always be interlinked in this multi-dimensional experience, this existence. It's a frequency, is what they're showing me. It's a very light frequency. It's much less dense than we experience now on Earth. And what they're showing me is most of us here in this transmission we were here on the planet visiting from another planet. And so we have this innate remembering of this other frequency state of the planet. And so the reason this is coming up is because for those of us that were here before on this linear timeline, as visitors, we've always been frustrated by the way that this was depicted in movies and in the news and in popular culture. Okay. So what they're showing me they want me to highlight is, if you've ever felt this frustration about our relation as humans to beings off planet, it is likely because you are waking up to memories of your existence in those other systems, potentially in those other systems that visited Earth at a previous time. Yes. So instead of viewing this as a frustration, what they're wanting us to shift is our perception and our perspective of, as this disclosure is released, as the majority of the collective consciousness wakes up to this truth that we're not alone in this universe. We're truly here to be way showers and to alleviate much of the tension and fear that some may have around these topics. Now they're also showing me the Galactic Federation, the Council of Light, and how they function. It is a very complex design. It is a very intelligent design. And now they're just showing me that many of you have these fears, these deep-rooted fears, most of them stemming from Atlantis, where you see the technology is starting to, and this links in with AI, you're seeing that the technology has the potential to harm. And so you're remembering those emotional experiences just before the fall, is what they're calling it. When we moved from a high frequency state to the third dimension on planet Earth. So now they're showing me that many of us are hole punchers, which basically just means that, interesting. They're just showing me that at the core of Gaia, at the heart of Mama Gaia, is the soul. And the soul is so pure, so divine. And they're just showing me that as hole punchers, what we will do is poke holes in the veils that keep us in the illusion of 3D. So we're opening up these portals, you can call them holes in these veils, that show others what is beyond the veils. And they're showing me there's many of them, many veils. Each of us is meant to poke holes in certain veils. And now they're just showing me that they're going to transmit specific messages to each of you. So just allow yourself to go within and receive those messages now. For your highest and best good. I'm seeing them draw up many templates of how each of you will be serving. So just receive those now. Alright, and for some of you, they're showing me you can pause the video and continue the download until it is complete before you proceed in the video. And they're also showing me that this portion of the video is a energetic template into your quantum self. Alright, all the books are being closed and sealed. The records being closed and sealed. We're all just being returned by our spiritual guidance team to our body. And as you return, you may consider taking your thumb and just doing tiny circles on each fingertip. So it'll just ground you. Some of you want to stamp your feet or really get those feet involved in this grounding process. We expanded a lot today. first offering thanks for these beautiful messages. That was very unexpected for me. Also made a lot of sense for me and put a lot for me into a bit of a filing cabinet to be understood more fully. More organized, it feels in my mind a bit. How do you feel? I'd like you to get involved in the comments. And then for those of you that are feeling encouraged, inspired to do so, if you want to share anything about what you received. One of the messages that keeps coming through is that we're really meant to be sharing these things. The 3D was so much about finding these things and then keeping them somewhat of a secret, and they showed me that this new paradigm, this new earth, is much about us discovering these secrets and sharing them with everyone. If you have a public platform to do that, I would do it. Obviously, I'm here doing it, and it's taken a lot of courage and bravery to get past my own blocks and fears around this. But if you're here in this transmission, it's not by accident. You're here to help ground New Earth. You're here to help. I'm going to listen to it back because I was not fully in the conscious for that, but they talked about the poking of the holes. Yeah, we're helping people see beyond these paradigms, these limiters. And you're a part of that. So I commend you and I honor you. And I thank you for taking the time to do this, to be here, to be present with this, to be full in it, full in to anchoring heaven on earth, your version, and helping others to anchor their version. I couldn't do this without you. I love you all. Namaste.